Welcome to another lockdown locomotive lecture. This one's concerning the Aster-Accucraft B1 in 1/32 scale gauge 1. Just thought since we had the cab off this one for renumbering it, we'd have a quick go over while we can see all the boiler controls and everything else. The model is a heavy one and very well detailed. Since we got the cab off, let's have a quick look over some of the controls here. Being a meth-fired locomotive, obviously it's a locomotive that requires a draft fan, so in addition to the regulator, you have the blower control, a screw reverser, blowdown for the water gauge, axle pump bypass control conveniently placed where it's accessible while the locomotive is running, pressure gauge. If I turn the locomotive around, you can see the reverser actuates a rod and screws in and out just like the prototype. Some of the other detail worth noting on this locomotive is it's fitted with a representation Stone's speedometer. For those of you modelling the locomotives in their later careers, this can be easily unbolted and removed to represent the condition they often ended up in with the speedometers removed. And the Stone's electric lights, seen here, the front of the locomotive, they were often lost in later traffic, as were the Stone's generators. Then they were reverting to paraffin lamps like the rest of the fleet. Only the Peppercorn locomotives and the Thompson B1s were fitted with electric lighting, but they were much later LNER locomotives and benefited from this technology, something Oliver Bulleid took with him to the Southern and fitted on the Merchant Navy and West Country Pacifics. It's a great model. It's a very simple, elegant locomotive. It benefits from piston valves, full wall shots valve gear, obviously meths burner system underneath, axle pump visible between the frames, and customers who have run these found them very free steaming. Twin flue boiler seems to produce more than enough steam. We benefited from Barry Applegate's input on the design of the boiler. It's a typical JVR boiler, 20:1 proportions, 45 degrees cuts at the rear and at the front to duct the exhaust through. I think customers building the kits as well are finding it an easy and relatively simple kit to build. Especially, it's probably easier than the 5MT in that it's got a fewer detailed parts on it. And we hope that customers buying these will enjoy either building them or running the ready-to-run kits. Anyhow, we'll have a look at an apple green one next. Thanks for joining me. Bye.